Hello, everyone. This is Devin Moore, Education and Outreach Coordinator at Oriana Community Co-op. Welcome to this fun interview. And Jane, let's go ahead and have you introduce yourself.
Awesome, Devin. Thank you. Hi, guys. My name is Jane, and I am here today to share with you about Big Brothers Big Sisters. A little bit about myself. I have joined Big Brothers Big Sisters about a year and a half ago as their enrollment specialist, and I'm also a mentoring specialist there.
Awesome. Fantastic. So, what is Big Brothers and Big Sisters for a lot of us who don't know or maybe don't volunteer or are new to the area?
Yeah. So Big Brothers Big Sisters, first of all, our vision is that all youth achieve their full potential. And we are a one-to-one mentoring program in the Grand Traverse County. We actually service 5 counties in the northern Michigan area. So there's Grand Traverse County, Antrim, Kalkaska, Charlevoix, and Emmett County. So any children in those areas we service, we could find mentors for them. As I mentioned, it is a one-to-one mentoring program. We have children as young as 5 all the way up to 18 in the program. So, if you do become a mentor based on your preference and based on our assessment of, who we think is going to be the best match with you, the age is going to be between those numbers.
Awesome. Awesome. That's so great. So, what else can you share about the mentoring program?
Yeah, so our mentoring program, we have 2 different types of programs we offer. The first one is called school-based program, and the second one is called community-based program. So the school-based program, the overview of that one, you would meet with the child at their school that the child that you're assigned to. It is a once-a-week commitment, roughly, where you would meet with a child during their lunch or recess time. It's about 30 minutes to an hour. What kind of things do you do there? It's, it could be anything from board games to crafts, especially if it's during the lunchtime. You could eat your lunch with them. And for the kids, it's really nice because it's kind of like a highlight of their week. A lot of volunteers say, well, don't they kind of get embarrassed about me coming to visit them at school? Actually, they love it because they're like, this is my big brother, this is my big sister. So they take a lot of pride in you being their mentor. So
Oh, that's awesome. That's
yeah,
fantastic. So it sounds
yeah.
like you said maybe half an hour to an hour is the time
Mhm.
commitment. Is there any
Yep.
more or less depending on people's availability?
Yeah, so usually for school-based matches, we do try to cap it off at an hour just because it has to work with the child's schedule. So
Mhm.
this would be an ideal volunteering opportunity for volunteers who might have a flexible lunch schedule, or maybe you have a day off in the middle of the week and you want to make your commitment to the child during the day. Then you have your evenings free, you still have your weekends free and whatnot. The other thing about school-based program is it only lasts throughout the academic school calendar. So if there's a school closing, any holiday, school breaks, you guys would not be meeting because you have to meet on school property, and it is a supervised match. So
Okay.
yeah.
Awesome. Great. So that is a school-based mentoring program. What's the community-based mentoring program?
Yeah, so the community-based program, it's a little different from the school-based program. Unlike a school-based program, you don't meet once a week, like 4 times a month. Instead, you would meet every other week. You don't meet at the child's school. This one, you would actually pick up the child from their home and take them out into the community to do activities together. It could be something as simple as going for a bike ride, going for a nature walk, or go get ice cream together, go to the beach, go rock hunting, going to the museum. A lot of these activities for a lot of us, you may think, oh man, these are things that I did with my parents as a kid or my grandparents or, something like that. And unfortunately, not all the kids have that luxury to be able to do that, especially if it's little Bobby who's being raised by a single mom who is working 3 jobs to provide for a family of 5. So those little things that that we might take for granted, we might have taken for granted as kids. Sometimes the kids in our program haven't had that chance. So being able to do that with someone that's focused just on the child, it makes a huge, huge difference for them. And again, that one-on-one mentorship, it you know, you might not be able to change the child's life completely all around in that moment, but again, it's a start of something, and it's, you know, building that trust, building that relationship, the child learning to trust somebody, and open up to someone and learning awesome things from you. That's kind of why we do what we do. So I kind of went off tangent there a little bit, but
No, I love it. No, it's fantastic. It is. You can tell that
yeah,
you're very passionate, which is wonderful.
I am.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so with the community base, in terms of commitment level wise, we do ask the volunteer to make a commitment minimum of a year, just because, again, when you're forming a relationship, everybody goes through that honeymoon phase the first few months, and then you start really getting to know each other. So we want to give it at least a year for the relationship to grow. And then after the year, we could renew the match and keep going and whatnot. Um, like I mentioned, it's every other week commitment. So when you take the child on their outing, you know, it's anywhere between 2 to 3 hours kind of thing. It's also flexible because you plan the outing with the child's parent. So you guys are making sure that the activity is going to happen on a day that's going to work both for you and for the child as well.
Awesome. That's great. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's definitely accessible for a lot of different workers or
Hmm.
schedules. So that is wonderful. So
Yeah.
you mentioned a few different activities. So like
Hmm.
biking,
Hmm.
swimming, maybe depending on the time of year,
Hmm.
museums, all that kind of stuff. Is there anything else that you'd like me or like to include for our audience today of what we can do?
Yeah, so I personally, I feel like living in northern Michigan, because we have the nature up here, we kind of have an advantage compared to a lot of
Mm,
other cities. So, you know, anything that's going to be low cost to no cost activities, I really would encourage you to dive into those things, take them out. Rather, you know, it's crazy to think that some of the kids in town, they've never even been down to the beach, you know, at the bay, or some of them have never even been out to the dunes for a hike and things like that. So it at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what kind of activity you guys are doing as long as it's spending quality time together. You know, sometimes if you want to, you know, do something super special and you want to go to the movie theaters or, you know, that kind of stuff, make it a very, you know, special thing once in a blue moon kind of thing, just because we don't want the child to think that, oh, I get to go with my big brother today and they're going to spend muku bucks on me. That's not the point of the program. So we want the child to feel, oh, if I go with my big brother today, I don't care what we do. We're spending quality time together. The fact that he's there for me, that's what matters. So
awesome. That's
yeah,
fantastic. Great.
yeah.
So how do we apply for this?
So in order to apply, I'm going to go ahead and share with you my information. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what the enrollment process looks like. So first, once I get in touch with you, I'll reach out to you to take you through the orientation process over the phone. And then I will share with you that you will have to fill out the application. Everything is done via email. I'm going to send you the application via email, and then it will have all the directions there. Once you have submitted the application to me, then I will contact you to let you know we have received it. From there, it takes about a solid 4 to 6 weeks to get through the whole enrollment process. We do run background checks, reference checks on all of our volunteers that apply for the program to ensure the safety of the children in our program. And then once you have gone through that part, then we will set up an in-person interview. Now, obviously with COVID-19 right now, we are trying to do our best in practicing social distancing and being safe. So depending on your preference, if you would like to do it in person, we could do it outdoors like at a park, or we could also do it over a Zoom meeting like this too.
Great.
Yeah, and once you have gone through the interview process, we will do our final assessment and then let you know whether you have been admitted into the program or not. I always want to give our potential volunteers and children coming into the program that once you're in the program, you're not guaranteed to get matched right away, because we want to make sure that we find the right fit child for you. It's not one of those things we're just going to throw the next kid in line at you and say, all right, go have fun. I'll check on you in 6 months kind of thing. We want to make sure that the child has similar interests to you, similar, compatible personality, because we want to make sure that the match is going to be long lasting as much as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm not surprised, but so thought out. And yes, that's exactly it. You want to make sure it's the right fit. So
Yeah,
that's all really good
awesome.
to know. Great. So you have some information to share with us, contact information, correct?
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. This is my contact information, jane.lee@bigsupnorth.com. If you go ahead and send me an email through there saying, hey, I work at Oriana, or whatever, and my name is so and so, I'm interested in learning more about the program. If you can provide me with your contact information, then I will reach out to you and we could get that process started.
Awesome. That sounds
Yeah,
great. Thank
yeah.
you. Is there anything else you'd like to share today about the program?
That and then just I'm pretty sure there's a number of you that might also be wondering, well, with COVID-19 right now, with social distancing, are matches able to meet? At Bigs, we are making sure that we are taking every precaution as possible. So all our matches, if they are meeting in person right now, they are using masks and using hand sanitizer, especially if they're, hanging out in a close space, or if they're driving together, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's one of those things where both parties have to feel comfortable in going on outings together. So um, right now it is tricky times, but at the same time our kids need mentors more than ever, especially during the lockdown. Kids really feel isolated from their friends. So just a
Yeah.
lot of the feedback that I've gotten from our current mentors, where they kept in touch with their littles through FaceTime, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's been so much help and comfort for the kids, because they don't have access to other kids or other friends and stuff like that, but knowing that, oh, there's still somebody that is thinking about me and wants to spend time with me, is really comforting for them. And consistency is key, and just keep showing up for them, even though we can't officially be there with them, physically, but just showing up and being consistent with them, that just plays a huge role for them in their life.
Absolutely. Oh, that's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Jane. We really appreciate it. And hopefully we'll have some
Absolutely.
volunteers there for you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys, for letting me share about our organization with you. And again, if you have any questions, Devin has my contact information. I shared my email with you guys. You could also go onto our website at bbbs.org, and that will also lead you to our Traverse City Agency website.
Fantastic. Thank you
Yeah.
again, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a good day.